We're inspecting the foundation. We're standing at the left-hand rear elevation of the property. Okay, we're at the left elevation, and we have an ant's nest here. It's active. The ants have actually started a colony inside the wall of the house, so that needs to be cleared and the ants cleaned out. It's grading inspection. You see here we've got a nice slope away. Overall the grade is good. A comment we'll make is that the ground doesn't come high enough on the grade wall. Having said that, it's pretty common on all these houses. Really they should be sort of 4 to 6 inches, 2 to 6 inches actually, from the top of the brick line to the grade itself, and it's often a lot more, but that's an as-is situation. We're at the front elevation. We've got good drainage here. The area here where we've got the shrubs and everything can drain because it's got a wall that's not going to seal it, so that's good. It won't be pooling. Then we move to the right elevation. Again, we've got good grade sloping away from the actual building. And then we move to the rear. See what our grading is. Okay, we have a swale. See the swale disappearing here, curves around the house, also comes around here. So overall the grading of the house is good. The comments I would make is there are no gutters on the house, and I would recommend the installation of gutters at some time in the future. This is the roof inspection. We're looking at the soffits. We've looked at the roof, got roof ventilation there, about 5 square foot of ventilation, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, about 3 square foot on soffit ventilation. Let's see what's on the other side. Yeah, sufficient soffit ventilation all the way round. Mentioned in the report no gutters, but that's a given in these parts. Let's look at the soffits and trim board at the rear elevation. We got soffit vents here too. This is good. Okay, next the attic. This is an attic inspection. You see here we've got Romex cables running over service boards. They should be protected, and these exposed like this, they can be damaged very easily, and that could lead to electrical short circuit and a fire in your attic. You don't want that, so that needs to be fixed. Attic proper. We have radiant barrier on the decking. About 16 inches of insulation. Okay, we have a collar tie here that's actually come loose. Yeah, you can see it now. The collar ties are there to stop the rafters spreading. It's actually part of the load transfer down to the ground, so that's got to be fixed. We have Romex cables in contact with a gas pipe. That Romex cable should be separated and be protected, and the gas pipe protected each from the other. This is a gas leak check. I'm actually in the attic. I'm at the furnace, and I found a very slight leak. It's very small, but listen. Well, this is a check of the meter, see if we've got a gas leak. We found a small leak in the attic at the furnace. And that could be fixed very easily. And we're just trying the meter itself, see if there's any leaks on it. Okay, that's all clear. And then we'll check the water heater. Okay, so small leak at the furnace, everything else is clear. This is the wall and window inspection. We'll start with the exterior and then we'll move to the interior. What I'm looking for are cracks in the walls that indicate movement in the foundation. As the ground moves, the foundation moves. The foundation itself is quite flexible, but the bricks are not. So as a consequence, although the foundation moves and shows no sign, the bricks crack, and that's what we're looking for, those types of cracks. We're also looking at windows and the condition of the caulking. The caulking around this house is poor, I've seen it already. See here, horrible bit of caulking, there's holes. It's going to allow water into the house, that will ruin the carpets, cause mould in the walls, all sorts of problems. Up here above us is a hole in the trim. That's big enough to allow a mouse in and out. It needs to be sealed. Where we are, there's the air conditioning unit, there's the window, and there's the hole. Okay, now the mortar's come away here, and so literally you're going to have gallons of water going in there, absolute gallons. It's probably been doing it for a while. This is very common, by the way. This is part of home maintenance. When you live in the house, you need to come around from time to time and check that these holes haven't appeared. And if they do, seal them. So, today on the inspection, there are no cracks appearing in the walls on the right hand elevation. Move to the rear elevation. We have a small porch, and we have windows with steel lintels, and they should have weep holes over them. So in general, the caulking is poor, it needs to be recaulked. In Texas you probably need to do that every couple of years, sometimes more often. But it's very important that you have the caulking done because it seals the building and prevents moisture penetrating the walls. We're at the front left elevation. Again, we're looking for cracks in the walls, problems with windows. Yeah, the caulking's completely deteriorated here. It was there, but you know, over time it's worn away. So it's at the front left elevation of the bay window. Okay, in summary, recaulk all the windows around the house. Interior inspection, we're looking at walls, windows, ceilings and floors. Along this window here we have water damage. This is caused by water penetrating from the outside in. See down here, and it's affected the paintwork and the wood. So water damage is in the master bedroom. This is the electrical service panel inspection. Here we have the service panel. We have AFCIs here, they protect against fires. Let's go and look at the electrical meter. Okay, this is grounding wire. Okay, there's where the connection is to the grounding bar. It should be exposed above the ground. Commonly they get filled in. They're laid actually in place before the grass is put down. As a result, they sometimes get buried. Check's taken the screws from the panel, where you can see that we've got two types of screws in use. 3 of them are correct and 1 is wrong. Can you see what's wrong? I'll point it out in the still picture, but they've got sharp points on them. And with sharp points, they can penetrate wires. Now, none of these were very close to wires, so I'm going to put them back, but they should be replaced with the correct screw. Other than the incorrect screws in use, all's well inside the cabinet. Now this is almost impossible to read specification here, but what I'm checking is the max fuse size. It requires 30, and I know, I've just looked, that we have a 30 amp breaker fitted. So we know that that is correct. AC 30 amps, that's good. Okay, now these are not GFCIs, and they should be. All exterior outlets should be GFCI. Garage is considered to be exterior. Oh, we have an outlet here. Let's see if this is wired to a GFCI. Okay, so that's unsafe. GFCIs must be installed in the garage, and all of the exterior outlets should be GFCI as well. Yes, here we have a hole in the sheetrock here. That's got to be sealed because otherwise you're going to get your fingers in there and you could get electrocuted. We have the return air here, and in that return air we've got a filter, and the filter is very dirty. That needs to be changed. It will decrease the efficiency of the unit. We're going to look at the compressor on the exterior of the filter. This is a compressor. What we look for is damage to the compressor, damage to the fins, whether the fins are clean or dirty, and for other obvious things like is the insulation good, and when the insulation on this unit is good, cooling's just come on. Here the sealing between the actual pipes going through the wall has actually deteriorated, and now we've got a hole, so that needs to be resealed. We're measuring the temperature drop across the plenum. Here we've got a temperature of the outlet 45. Again. This is the return. That's 63, and this outlet is again 45, so the average is 45 out the outlet, 63 for the return. That's the water meter. This is the water meter. What we're checking for is possible leaks under the house, and the only way we can really do it is to look at the meter, and at the monitor at the front you see you have a small dial. We'll go close to that dial, and you can see a slight amount of movement in it, not a great deal. It just goes to and fro. This is called a noctulating meter, a bit difficult to pronounce that, and basically it's the amount of volume of water that passes through it into the house. If it's not spinning, it means no water's passing, and that means there are no leaks at the present moment at the house. Okay, drain is broken in the guest bathroom. And the tub in the guest bathroom is damaged. The trip sensors for the garage are too low. The attic hatch should have a fire seal around here. Actually, it takes the form of a seal like here, a weather seal, okay, and it stops air flowing into the attic. It's a fire prevention issue. By sealing off that attic door, if there is a fire in the garage, it will not pass into the attic quickly. This is the water heater. It has double insulation. This is completely pointless. It's already insulated enough, and this will not actually reduce the loss of any heat. This is vent hood. It's in good condition. It's slated nicely. There's no apparent corrosion at the water inlet and outlet. The valve is so no corrosion there. It's 18 inches off the ground, which is correct, but it is missing a safety pan. It should have a safety pan. It's missing. The faucet for the washing machine hookup is leaking. That needs to be replaced. This is the infrared scan of the building. We're just setting up the camera to record. What we're looking at here is the fan in the family room. What we're going to do now is systematically scan all the walls and ceilings to see if there's any missing insulation or a problem with leaking pipes or hot wires in the walls. When you see an area, as you see here, of blue, it indicates that it's colder. I expect it to be colder in this corner because we've got the studs there, and they have a slower thermal response than the sheetrock. That's the outlet. You can see it's not lots of cold air coming out, which is good. Let's move into the master. We're looking down by the windows and the walls. Into the bathroom. We're looking around to see if there's any leaks. You can see here the shower was used earlier, and that pattern you see on the camera is caused by splashing water. So far, so good. Let's have a look inside the guest bedrooms. If we've got any leaks in the bathroom. We go to the laundry room. Let's see how extensive that faucet leak is. Well, although the faucet is leaking, we're not getting any water getting behind the wall because there's a drain here and it's draining properly, so that's a good thing to know. There is water on the top here, but I expect that to be there, and you can see it's draining into the drain pipe.